I got a 2005 Pilot. Having to replace the door actuator, and I gotta get past the track right here. And most tracks that I worked on in the past, done this in the past, they'll separate up in here. But this one is all one piece from down there all the way up. And I'm trying to figure out there's got to be an easy way to do this. So anyways, I thought I'd find out what anybody else out there thinks. But yeah, I can't get it to go past that. I mean, granted, I got everything hooked up still, but last time when I tore this apart to make sure I had power going to it, I took it all, I had it all loose and ready to pull out because I was going to try and pull it out to see if I could repair it versus having to buy a new one. But when I found that this right here had to come out and I was running out of time, I just said screw it, put it back together, bought a new one. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and take it out. But I thought that there'd be an easier way to get this out. So if y'all got any tips, I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Alright, so I got a 2005 Honda Pilot EX. Right rear door actuator that I got to replace. And this is getting fun to get it out. And I found out, I was trying to take the track out, but it's one piece. And so anyways, I found out that while it's in there, in the hole all together, it's almost not going to happen. Well, I figured out that while it's in there, you're looking down in the hole, looking at this big old plastic piece right here. You look back here, and right there's a clip. And basically, you can press that clip up and take this whole thing off. I don't know if I can show it real good like this, but we'll see. So pull that pops off, and this will fall down inside, or you can catch it and pull it out. And then once that's off, you got this right here, and then you can wiggle it down through and out the bottom, and then pull this out. So that's gonna be the first part of getting this out. The rest of it I think is pretty simple for you to get out, you know, as far as unbolting and everything. So that's why I'm not showing everything. Alright, but I'm gonna pause this for a second. Actually, let me go ahead and do this. Another thing I found out is to get the actuator itself off, which is this black piece. What's holding it in is that little plastic clip there, and a little plastic clip right there, and then this metal piece. This is the tricky part, because once you take this off, you're gonna have to put it back the way, or pay attention to how it came out. And I'm gonna try and see if I can help y'all with that. But you gotta take this screw out. So I'm going to pause this, and then I'll come back with the screw out and try and show you. Alright, so now I got that screw out. Next thing to do is it's like little tabs. I mean, then basically the plastic has a couple little areas that pops into them grooves on that metal plate. Take you a little small thin screwdriver. Let's see if I can do this one-handed here. And get it up and under there, and then you just lift off. And then right here is the tricky part. I don't know how to do this very easily, but once you pop that loose, you got part of the mechanism that's on a clip right here, and then you got this metal tab going down that hole, and that metal plate kind of up and under that plastic lip. Let's see here. So you lift up on it, and you notice that little mechanism slid. And this is the tricky part. I finally got it figured out. I got a text that interrupted the video here. So anyways, that little mechanism you can see slid, and that has to go back just right. And if you notice, this little plastic piece kind of goes in that groove, but it only goes in up there at the top where that big opening is, because it's slotted right there. So when you take it apart, let's see if I can do this. When you lift up on it, it's going to come apart on you. So this was like this. You lifted that up, and now you got it like so. And this piece, it was like this. And the thing you need to make sure of, which is kind of tricky on putting it back together, is that piece right there goes up and behind that lever. I don't know if I can do this one-handed again or not, but let's see here. But basically, when you pull the inside door handle, it pushes that forward. Yeah, I can't really do it right now. But anyways, you get the drift. Oh. Alright. So I think you got an idea on how that sits in there. Alright. And then this piece, you shouldn't have to worry about this because this is clipped on. It won't come out. So you pretty much know it's only going to go on there one way. So when you put it back together, sorry, I keep having to get readjusted here. So when you put it back together, like I said, that there pretty. Yeah. So when you put it back together, this right here pretty much only goes one way, and it moves like so. Yeah. All right. And like I said, this right here is the real tricky piece. I figured out that you know, it kind of goes like so and up and under there. It goes under this piece, so it goes under there and back behind that piece, because it pushes that up. And what I kind of found out is it's easier to kind of put it on this. Get this, put it on here first. Slide it up on there. That, because once you put that on here, I discovered it was a little bit of a pain to try and get it in that slot to slide down. So now the trick is, me trying to do this one-handed here, is to finagle that piece up and under there over that plastic post, and it looks like I got it where I need it to be. I don't know how good it shows up on the camera here, but it's under that top one I showed you a second ago, back behind the other one. So now I just got to get this put back in place, that little tab in there, and that underneath the plastic there. And I bought this actuator from 1A Auto. And another thing I need to kind of disclose is that I guess with this being an aftermarket, it wouldn't exactly line up. So I just took my box cutter knife and I kind of trimmed that little peg down, so that way it would actually fit. Let's see here. Come on. Alright. That's in there. And you can see that's behind there. So now we've got to get that little piece right there to sit flat. So I'm going to try and get my little screwdriver. Push that down. one-handed. I think I got it. And I got it. It's behind that lever, underneath that plate. It's flat. This is pushed down. We still have that white piece there, so we're good. I can put my screw back in. Alright, so I got that tightened up. Alright, so the child lock. It's moving. So that's going to be with it unlocked. And the way you can tell is with it in the unlock position, it'll push that forward. You can see that right there. And see, there's that piece I was saying got behind that lever. So now you see it pushes that up. Unfortunately, it's not focusing good. And then we're going to lock it. Now when we do it, it's not doing anything. Because that little plastic piece that sticks through that slide, that little lever right there actually pushes on it, and that's what causes it to push up there. So, I hope that helps. I know I couldn't really find a video. Oh yeah, I gotta put that back in place before I can unlock it again. There we go. So anyways, like I was saying, I hope that helps, and I couldn't really find a video on it, so there you go. I just wanted to add another note to this. This is the old one, and when I went to slide this one into the actual lock assembly, it didn't want to go down in there all the way, and the problem was this was turned in a different direction than what the actual lock was, the latch and lock was. And I started to turn this on the new one, but I was like, no, I didn't want to take a chance, so I basically just flipped the lock on the assembly itself. And then once I did that, this slid right into place and snapped in. And again, you know, those little white clips were right in there, and that held it on. So if you slide it in there and don't go in all the way, just either lock or unlock your assembly, and then it should slide right into place.